Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Thank you for being part of this weather community. Now, as we get into April, as we've been talking about together, it is going to be drier than average. We expect it dry as a whole this time of year, but it's even drier than average. In a second, I want to take you into a 2-week computer model to try to find some rain. I'll do that in just a second, but I want to start with the outlook right off the bat to show you what we're seeing as far as that is concerned together. Now, what I'm looking at is drier than typical conditions. So basically, the pattern we have now that we've had the last 2 weeks should hold throughout much of April, which means from Trinidad and Tobago north, St. Lucia, Barbados, Dominica, Anguilla, back through the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Cuba, even up through the central in southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, right back from Cuba into Mexico, where we have a lot of wildfires going on, especially the Yucatan of Mexico, and then down through Belize, drier than typical. Now, about average as far as rainfall is concerned near Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, right into Colombia, Venezuela, and then Guyana, Suriname. Nothing too terribly wet, nothing too terribly dry. We've been drier than usual in spots already, but about average. So that's kind of the setup for what I'm seeing out there as we get into next month. Now, trying to find some rain. This is today in the short term. Let's start with that so you can get a handle on the forecast. Look how dry we are from Haiti, Dominican Republic, back through Mexico and Belize today. Consider yourself lucky if you get a passing shower. 1 or 2 Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, we could see a shower. 1 or 2 St. Vincent of the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, mainly dry today. Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, Guyana, Suriname, passing shower, storm. We'll have a couple spotty showers around. And you see that again, this is tomorrow. Generally the same setup, very dry in the Western Caribbean. Costa Rica, Panama, though, a chance of a shower. St. Lucia up through the Virgin Islands, 1 or 2 showers. So these are the spots we could get a couple. And again, Guyana and Suriname for tomorrow. But just not a lot in the short term. So let's get into the long term as we try to find some rain. Now, as I mentioned, I expect it to be typically dry this time of year. We do. Again, it's the dry season, so to speak. We know we've had some changes in that, but let me take you out on time. This is a week from now. So this is by Monday, and look at that pattern. Almost the same. The Bahamas were dry. Puerto Rico, we could see a few showers. Not a lot of action. We don't have anything big moving in. Again, this is a week from now, and this is kind of starting off the month on the very dry side. One of the reasons I do believe we're going to be drier than average as a whole. But let's get out further in time. Let me take you into later next week. So this is about a week and a half from now, April 6th. On our Thursday later in the week. Now, this is way down the road, so it's going to change, but it gives me a feel that near the Bahamas, back through the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, parts of the northeastern Caribbean, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Dominica, we'll have a chance of some showers because with still some old fronts to the north, may get a little spinning action out there, nothing tropical in nature, but in the Atlantic, and that could spin back some showers. So at least as we get into the end of the first week, full week of April, and then deeper into that, at least some spotty showers around, but you still see here, not a lot. Yes, some spotty showers. This is April 11th, getting you way out in time. Spotty shower variety back through the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and Suriname. And look how dry we stay. Mexico and Belize, parts of Guatemala. I'm going to be watching out for this fire threat. It's going to be very serious. That wildfire threat is going to be getting higher. Keeping an eye on Jamaica and the Cayman Islands for that. So again, that fire threat is going to grow. So all of us don't have a good chance of rain, but even drier, extremely dry weather, Western Caribbean as we get into the month of April. Got you covered if I see any changes on that. Now, looking ahead, this is just kind of a quick snapshot of the summer. I know this is kind of a crazy map. I don't typically use this, but a lot of browns on the map, okay? So all you need to know about that, just to set your bearings, here's Jamaica, here's Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, we get into Colombia. So just to kind of set the stage, here's Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. drier than average. So this is as we get into the summertime. June, July, and August outlook. A little bit wetter over towards Suriname, even Guyana, but mainly dry. Now, this coincides of what we typically see as we work our way into an El Nino pattern. I'm not going to dive into that a lot. I don't want to waste your time. I did cover that in a couple of videos ago with the hurricane outlook for this upcoming season. If you want to look at that video, and I'll update the hurricane forecast as well. But in a typical El Nino summer, it is usually drier than average. Doesn't mean we're not going to get any rain. Also, we could be a little bit wetter Costa Rica, Nicaragua. That would be kind of the only spot up through Honduras and El Salvador. But generally, an El Nino means drier because we don't have as much tropical activity. I say that with caution, though. We need to wait and see because like we had, there's always exceptions. I'll put it that way. Last year, remember that extreme southern area that we had that storm track? Of course, it was a La Nina season or at the end of it. But nonetheless, you always get different patterns within the overall big pattern. So it's still a wait and see. But typically in an El Nino summer, this is what we expect. Drier than average conditions for a lot of us. But I'm going to wait and see as we get closer and those tropical waves start marching off the coast of Africa, which will happen pretty soon. We're getting closer to the start of hurricane season, and then I'll get a good feel on how things are going to shake out as far as the rain is concerned, and of course keep you posted. Jamaica today, mainly dry pattern, wind southeast at 20 miles per hour. 89 degrees. It is going to, of course, be on the hot side. My friends in Puerto Rico, mid-80s, 29 degrees Celsius, a passing shower, nice breeze around, winds out of the east at 20 miles per hour. We've had a few wildfires around Trinidad and Tobago. We've had a few wildfires, especially in the western sections of Trinidad, so I'm going to watch that fire threat. Winds east at 32 kilometers an hour. Rain chance limited 20%. So the rain chance staying low. The drought is getting worse. I'll keep you up to date on that. And I'll monitor that fire threat very carefully. That wildfire threat will be increasing. Hurricane season starts June 1st, so eventually we'll start to at least get more rain. Hopefully no crazy hurricanes, but at least that rain chance will start to come back, and I'll keep an eye on the overall pattern. Also watching that seaweed out there. Thank you for leaving the comments on where we've been seeing a lot of that. So I'll keep it posted as we get into the month of April. I just wanted to give you a snapshot because I'm thinking of our farmers, thinking of you just trying to get water. It is going to be drier than average as we get into April. Thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your day.